Anthony Hartwig here with a Beaver local volleyball season preview and coach's corner. We're joined once again by a legend in the sport that has joined us. I think every year we've had coach's corner with Beaver local volleyball. Sarah Lowe, thanks again for coming on and talking to us for another year.
Absolutely. Glad to be here. And I'm so thankful that you guys cover all the area sports and especially highlight volleyball and the girls' sports in our area. So thank you.
So before we jump into this year and all the excitement, let's have a little bit of a recap of last year, get volleyball fresh in the fans' mind, and the lessons that you think the returning players can learn from last year's experience.
Tell you what, last year was one of the greatest chemistry built teams that we have had. And I'm not even sure how well we gelled, where exactly it came from. But at the end of the season, our entire program agreed that that was one of the biggest takeaways. I mean, of course, they were successful on the floor, very athletic, very talented. But where all that success boiled down to was their chemistry. And our seniors this year are very determined to keep that going this year. And so far this summer and into our early on scrimmages, they've proven that we're going to keep that same chemistry. So I'm really excited to see what this year holds with our unity and our teamwork.
Now, you said you couldn't really pin down exactly what made that chemistry so special. So what are the plans to making sure it stays? What are some things that you think maybe were the reasons where you can get that to stay where it's at?
Well, really, every single year, we always do a ton of team building and a ton of teamwork. And, you hope that the athletes work with each other on and off the court. We always commend ourselves that we are a family within our program. And our girls always take care of each other and stand up for one another. But somewhere along the way, they have just created a bond that is completely unbreakable. And I think there's been some injuries off and on over the last couple of seasons. We already have one this season with an athlete who we just found out is not going to be able to play with us. And they're just there to support one another. And I think they realize how special it is. And they just take care of each other.
You said it. You have a great senior class. Let's start with them and the players that you think are going to step up and be really vocal and emotional leaders of this team this year.
Tell you what, we have a great group, and then we are extremely blessed. We have 8 seniors this year. It's kind of crazy. Big class that's going to lead our group. All of them doing remarkable things. We've got several defenders, Perry Gilson, Sydney Wilson-Plunkett, Carson Boyer. We've got a lot of people in our front row making waves. Eva McKnight, Sydney McNear, Giada Williams, Bailey Baker, and of course our setter, Bria Boyd. They will all do great things as leaders. They've already shown that throughout the summer, and I expect great things out of them on the court this year.
When you talk about the things that they excel in the most and maybe the strengths of your team, what are some things that you think you can really utilize this year as things you know you can always lean on in every match that you're going to be really good at?
I think our teamwork is going to speak for itself, and I think that we'll be able to fight through the downs because of how well we stick together and be able to pick each other up when that happens. I think this team has a lot of grit, so I think even though there's going to be moments of frustration, I think they will fight through it, and you guys will see throughout the season that they will be a team who will never quit no matter what that score may be. They are going to be joined by some juniors, a sophomore, and who knows, we could even see a freshman by the end of the season. But I think they have some intelligent players. Some of those seniors are some of the smartest that I've had the opportunity to coach over the years. They see the floor like nobody else, and they're so into volleyball. They're watching it nonstop. They go watch these other girls, and I just think their knowledge on the court will also come into play.
Let's talk about the schedule they're going to have to fight through, and we'll always start with the conference and what you see out of it and the things you expect from it this year.
So with us, we play in the Buckeye 8, and we also play in the OVAC. And so tough teams that we will see in the Buckeye 8 and the OVAC obviously is our biggest rival, East Liverpool. So that always brings about a very strong match. In the OVAC, we'll see Oak Glen. Union Local will be a tough match. We're looking forward to seeing Lindsley this year if we get the opportunity to. Also on our schedule, we will see Martins Ferry, who has become very talented over the years, very, very scrappy defense, and they've been giving us a match. So I think they will be a very strong match for us this year.
I know with all that requirements with the Buckeye and the OVAC, you don't get a lot of time to go outside of the conference. Mm-hmm. But who are some teams that you are going to play outside of that you're really excited about having on your schedule?
Well, we are pretty stuck within that conference. So I think most of our teams are coming from there. But some teams that we did not have on our schedule last year that are there this year, we have Buckeye is on there. We have not played them for a few years, so they are back in the Buckeye 8 conference. So that is an addition. But we still have on our schedule like Indian Creek, St. Clairsville, Edison. So some of the same teams are back, but Buckeye would probably be our newest addition.
When we talk about this community, I think we talk about it every time we talk to you, but it's just so good that we have to talk about it. The Beaver local athletics, they all support each other and they all kind of are there for each other. What's it like from your perspective to once again be another year of this great community?
Oh, it's awesome. I love looking in our stands and seeing the student section supporting one another. They always seem to have a great time. I think the adults also are great at supporting the different programs. This year, our community has already started to come together to support our Volley for the Cure game, which will be on September 11th versus East Liverpool. And just everybody seems to always step up and come together. Our sports always work together all through June. All of our athletes through Beaver Local train together doing some speed and agility. And it's just great to see even the male athletes supporting the female athletes and vice versa. And, there's no hostility between sports. Everybody supports each other. So soccer, volleyball, basketball, football, everybody's just there working together. And that's a great environment for all of our Beaver Local athletes.
When you think about other schools, there are some that our student sections are going down a bit in where they come and how loud they get, really. Not a problem at Beaver Local. What do you think it is about the students at Beaver Local that make them so easy to come to the games? And when they do come, they're also loud and engaged in the games as well.
I think just all the athletes are very close friends. Now, I know some nights, we have multiple events taking place at the same time, so that makes it a little bit challenging. But the students are also close at school that they want to go support one another. And, as soon as one event ends or one practice ends, they're out to go support their friends. And they're very good at doing that.
We're catching you a little bit more than a week before the season. I'm sure you still have plenty of practices planned and a couple of scrimmages as well. What's on your coach's checklist of things you want to get accomplished before game one comes around?
I think that checklist is probably endless. There's always things that you want to work on and always things that you think you can improve on. Obviously every team is always going to say serve, receive, because games can be won and lost there. So we're going to continue to work on that, putting some things in offensively, still continuing to work on a lineup. We've got a lot of good players working within our mix. We've got a lot of great leaders, but still haven't locked in that lineup. We've got 3 more scrimmages to go to hopefully get us to where we need to be and see who will start for us on August 19th against Martins Ferry. Or excuse me, not Martins Ferry, but Minerva. And so we're just going to kind of keep working to see where we gel the best and what's going to give us the best opportunity to come out strong.
You've done these season previews before. We never let you go without talking about your great staff and the people that are integral to making Beaver Local Volleyball what it is. So why don't you go through the staff and the people that are with you?
Absolutely, because the staff is what helps to make our program. So I guess let me start with some of the most important pieces, and that's at our middle school program, because they're the ones building the basis for what we get to deal with at the high school, and they build that foundation. So at our middle school, we have Heaven Wolski back for another season. We've added on the addition of Lindsay Lau Opalenik, and Sierra Thurk is back for a volunteer position this year as she just graduated and has become a nurse. So she's going to help still participate. So I think those 3 together will do great things building our foundation for our 7th and 8th graders. At our high school, I am glad to say that our entire staff is back this year with some consistency. We have Megan Butler, Allie Hupp, Carmen Puliano, and Andrew Guerin, all who bring great things, and we kind of divvy up and all have our specialties. And I think together we make a pretty strong unit in training our athletes.
All right, Coach, we want to thank you so much for coming on and giving us a solid preview of your season. We look forward to covering you all year. We wish you the best of luck, and we can't wait to see you again real soon.
Absolutely. Thanks again.